Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Taran Krishna from Dr. Krishna's Cancer Healer Center. I have been a cancer healer for almost 2 decades, treating patients from all across the world, and I'm running cancer treatment centers all across India. I'm treating cancer for almost 2 decades, impacting 5 million lives and almost 50,000 deaths being averted, and treating patients from almost 66 countries. Well, we treat through immunotherapy. Today's topic is very important. Today's topic is, these are the 5 things that you need to do when you are diagnosed with cancer or your loved one is diagnosed with cancer. When anybody is diagnosed with cancer, they don't realize what are the things that they need to do and what are the things that they do not need to do. What are the things that need to take care and keep that in mind so that they make great choices. Choices related to the right treatment, choices in life when they can actually come out of this disease, choices with that mindset of what needs to be done and what need not be done, and choices how you are able to treat cancer and how you will be able to wage this war against this disease. Let me get straight away to that. Number 1, keep calm and do not do things in haste. This is a major important attribute that people need to decide, that they need to keep calm. If you or your loved one is being diagnosed with cancer, please do not take decisions in haste. Keep your calm. Always think that even if that disease has been diagnosed, you need to have that calm, because the right decisions are always taken when you are calm, when you are not in haste, when you are not using your own mind and doing those treatment choices and choosing those treatment choices and going to the right doctor, right hospital, right treatment center for you or your loved one. Please keep calm and do not take decisions in haste. Number 2, always do a confirmatory diagnosis before starting any treatment. Now this is very important. People do not take decisions and they just immediately go for an operation. So I'll give an example. So whenever a patient has been diagnosed with a lump in the breast, or probably a lump in the liver or in the pancreas or in the gallbladder, the moment they find a lesion there, the initial complaints, patient complaints of pain, or patient complaints of probably a lump which they feel, and they go to a doctor and the doctor advises for an ultrasound and followed by a CT scan or an MRI. So the moment they find a lesion, they immediately go and the doctors immediately advise them for an operation, so that they need to get an operation done, which is wrong. Always get a PET CT scan done for if you need that confirmatory diagnosis of getting a cancer. Getting a biopsy done is a wrong approach. Biopsy is always, so CT scan or an MRI, any expert physician in cancer would be able to assess that CT scan or an MRI and would be able to judge that yes, there is a cancer, or there is a possibility of cancer, or there is not a possibility of cancer. If you have a possibility of cancer, please avoid biopsies. Biopsies, what happens is if you do a tissue biopsy, so they take out those tissues and send it for a histopathology test. Now, why I am saying no? If your treatment choices are not chemotherapy or radiotherapy or surgery, please don't go for any biopsies whatsoever. Rather, go for a PET CT scan to have that confirmatory diagnosis of your own disease or your loved one's disease. What happens is if you have been diagnosed with cancer and the doctors are advising you for a CT scan or an MRI and there is a lesion there in that CT scan. Now the moment you go for a surgery and then you go for a PET CT scan, sometimes what happens is, I'll give an example. So there was a pancreatic cancer patient who was diagnosed with a lesion there in the pancreas and the doctors advised him for surgery. But the moment they went for a surgery, when the doctors did that laparotomy and they opened the abdomen, they found that the cancer has already gone into the liver and it has already, it has already taken care of, it has already engulfed or, blocked the intestines as well. It has involved the second part of duodenum as well. So you need to avoid that. You need to make sure that get a PET CT scan done. There are so many instances where patients have been diagnosed with just a lump in the breast and they immediately go for an operation. And after operation, when doctors advise them for a PET CT scan, that's where they find that it has already metastasized in liver, lungs, brain, or bones. What is the point of getting that operation done then? So my sincere suggestion to you is always ask your healthcare provider, always ask your doctor to get that PET CT scan done for a confirmatory diagnosis. Okay? The moment it is done, please understand, don't take decisions in haste. Remember point number 1 and point number 2, please get a confirmatory diagnosis like PET CT scan before getting your treatment done. Because you are pretty sure enough that the disease is localized there, it has not spread to liver, lungs, bones and brain, and then you would be able to make those right treatment choices. I hope I'm able to explain that to you. Point number 3, take a second opinion, a third opinion, or a fourth opinion. Now this is, you would be laughing. Third opinion, fourth opinion, why is it required? If cancer has been diagnosed, just get that thing out and just start with chemotherapy. Absolutely not. Chemotherapy is not something which works for all types of cancer. Surgery is something where you can't do surgery in all types of cancer. You can't do radiotherapy in all types of cancer. Please understand, take opinions from doctors, second opinion, third opinion, fourth opinion, of different genres, of different pathies, of different treatment choices. You need to have that treatment choice where you do best for yourself or for your patient. Please understand, important decisions in life, the school that you need to do, the school that you need to take is being taken by your parents. But the college that you need to do, or the person who you are going to get married, or the business that you are going to start, these are important decisions of your life. You do it on your own after thinking, being very calculated, and taking those decisions which because that's where your future depends. So how can you take a decision in haste of a treatment choice where you are not pretty sure whether that treatment choice will work for you or not? So there have been patients where the patients are suffering from jaundice and chemotherapy is completely ruled out in that, because any chemotherapy drug that you give is hepatotoxic. So whenever liver is being impacted, wherever there is a liver metastasis, you can't give chemotherapy, because chemotherapy would actually have toxins that would, all these drugs are hepatotoxic. They are toxic for liver. Hepato means liver, toxic means toxic. You know it. It is poison. So if any drug is hepatotoxic and there is already liver metastasis, you can't give chemotherapy. You cannot give chemotherapy. Now the doctors have been motivated by these hospitals that, I'm sorry to say, but this is a fact, where patients have been advised for chemotherapies even when that was not required in the case, where it was not even required in the disease. So please take opinions, please take different opinions from different doctors, second opinion, third opinion, fourth opinion, from different pathies whatsoever. But please take the right decisions only after being very calculative and working on a pen and a paper, write down all the treatment choices and then take your decision. Do not take decisions in haste. Number 4, share the diagnosis with your patient or with yourself, but do not share your fear. Important. What happens is, you do not maintain that warrior mindset. You do not maintain that warrior mindset. You need to have that warrior mindset to fight back with the disease. You need to have that you are sharing the diagnosis. Please understand, when you are being diagnosed with cancer or your loved one is being diagnosed with cancer, he wants your help. He wants your hand holding. He wants your strength. He wants your willpower. He wants that motivation. He wants that determination to fight. And if you are not sharing that, and if you are sharing your fear, if you're sharing your frustration, if you're sharing your anger, if you're sharing your desperation, if you're sharing your grief or your hurt, and that's where the patient or you, whoever is suffering from cancer, they start losing that battle. Please do not share that any patient, even if you are suffering from cancer or your patient is suffering from cancer, you require that great strength, you require that great motivation, you require that great confidence, you require that great willpower, you require that great determination to fight. And I always say this, strong willpower, determination to fight, and correct treatment makes you win over cancer. So please do not share your fear. Always share that diagnosis. Number 5, your body has cancer, but your mind does not have cancer. You need to understand that. So people do not realize whenever anybody has been diagnosed with cancer, they lose that mindset, they lose that momentum, they lose that strength, that anything. See, you need to understand that whatever you have achieved till date, introspect, go within and see what all you have achieved in your life. Who has done that? You. Whatever you have done in your life is all because of you. And you have done it not with your body, but with your mind. So please understand, your body has cancer. Your mind does not have cancer. You need to understand that and have that warrior mindset. WARRIOR. I am repeating this. Have that warrior mindset. Your body can have cancer, that's okay. But any battle in your mind, anything, there is a famous saying, if you hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Right? So if you have cancer, your body has cancer. Any of the parts, be it breast, be it liver, be it lungs, be it pancreas, be it bones, be it even brain tumor, that's okay. But your mind is completely free of disease. Your mind is completely free of cancer. Have that warrior mindset that you need to kill it. You need to beat it. You need to fight with it. You need to come out of it by any chance and with whatever might that ever possible. And trust me, if you have that strong mindset, if you have that warrior mindset, you can beat anything in this world. Anything which has been done is with this mind and not with this body. This body is how we carry it, but how we do it is with this. Apple became Apple because of this. Tesla became Tesla because of this. Yuvraj Singh came out of this disease because of this. The moment you lose a battle here, you lose that disease. You lose out to cancer. You don't have. If I say that there have been 50,000 deaths that have been averted, I did not do anything. It's these people who did it. If I have been treating patients from almost 66 countries, I did not do anything. Trust me, I did not do anything. It is these patients who have actually been cured because of that strong willpower. It is their determination to fight. It is because of their warrior mindset. I just motivated them. I just gave them that right treatment. But what is important is you. What is important is your mind. What is important is your mindset to beat this disease. Okay? I hope you find this video important. I'm repeating this again. So these are the 5 things that you need to do if you or your loved one is diagnosed with cancer. Number 1 is keep calm and do not make decisions in haste. Number 2, always have a confirmatory diagnosis like a PET CT scan before starting any treatment. Number 3, take second opinion, third opinion, or even fourth opinion. Number 4, share the diagnosis with your patient or with yourself, but do not share your fear. Number 5, your body has cancer, but your mind does not have. That's all for today. And if I've been able to serve you today, and if I've been able to help you out, please like, share, and subscribe. And if do help someone who is suffering from cancer, and if you can forward this video to them and share this video, so it would be great. My mission is to eradicate cancer from this world, from this planet, and so much so that it is just a zodiac sign and no more of a disease. Please join my mission, and if you are able to serve with me, I would be really, really grateful to you. Thank you so much. In gratitude, this is Dr. Tarak Krishna signing off. Thank you.